A tranquil valley shattered by the deafening roar of gunfire. Pahalgam, a paradise lost to terror. The early hours of the morning were disrupted by a scenario unfolding in this picturesque landscape. 5 militants affiliated with Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba emerged from the pine forests adjacent to Baisaran. Their intentions as merciless as the weapons in their hands. Armed with AK-47S and M4 carbines, they moved with deadly stealth, their targets unsuspecting tourists. Their method for identifying victims was as chilling as the attack itself. They reportedly asked them to recite Islamic verses, checking for circumcision to identify non-Muslims. This brutal and unorthodox identification process served a cruel purpose, allowing them to predominantly target tourist spots. At 1:50 in the morning, the first sound of gunfire sliced through the stillness of the night. The tourists, caught off guard, were asked for their identities, then brutally shot. Many victims were shot in the head, while others were shot in the stomach. In total, 26 lives were abruptly ended within the span of 10 minutes. The assailants then disappeared as quickly as they had come, retreating into the direction they had emerged from. Half an hour after the attack, at 2:30 in the afternoon, the local police received information about the horrifying incident. By then, the chaos had been unleashed, forever marring the tranquil valley of Pahalgam. The terror attack sent shockwaves through the region, shaking the core of the unsuspecting tourists and locals alike. The peaceful valley, once filled with the sounds of nature and laughter, was now echoing with the grim reminder of the attack. In a span of just 10 minutes, 26 lives were brutally ended, forever scarring the tranquil tourist destination. Today, the serene valley of Pahalgam is a testament to the horror of that day. A day when the quietude of paradise was shattered by the deafening roar of terror. The aftermath of the attack was a scene of devastation with the lives of many forever altered. Among those lost were 26 souls, each with a unique story, dreams, and loved ones left behind to reckon with their absence. Indian commissioned officers fell victim to the attack, their loss resonating deeply within the ranks of the Indian military. 1. A recently married officer from Arunachal Pradesh serving in the Indian Air Force. Another, an Indian Navy officer also recently married, his personal details not disclosed. A testament to the brutal nature of the attack. Beyond the military, civilians too bore the brunt of this violent act. Among them were Yatishbhai Parmar, a 45-year-old salon owner, and his 17-year-old son, Smit Parmar, an 11th grade student. Both hailed from Bhavnagar, Gujarat. The loss reverberated through their close-knit community, leaving a void that can never be filled. Another victim, Shailesh Halthia, a diligent officer from the State Bank of India, hailing from Surat, Gujarat, was also caught in the crossfire. His contributions to his community and work will be sorely missed. Yet amid the chaos, there were also tales of bravery. Syed Adil Hussain Shah, a local Kashmiri pony operator, risked his life in an attempt to save the tourists. His act of valor stands as a symbol of resistance and humanity in the face of unspeakable violence. The tragedy has left a deep wound, the pain of which will be felt for generations to come. The fallen are not mere numbers or statistics, but individuals whose absence echoes in the hearts of their loved ones and in the communities they once called home. In response to the horrifying act of terrorism, India has taken firm and decisive actions. In the wake of the Pahalgam attack, the Indian government has shown its resolve to tackle cross-border terrorism head-on. One of the key measures taken has been the suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty. This agreement, which has been in place since 1960, regulates the use of water from the Indus River system between India and Pakistan. By suspending this treaty, India has made it clear that it will not engage in normal relations with a nation that continues to harbor terrorists. In addition to this, India has taken a crucial step to secure its physical boundaries. The Attari border, a major point of contact between the two countries, has been closed. This move signifies India's intent to limit its interactions with Pakistan until the issue of terrorism is decisively addressed. Further tightening the noose, the Indian government has declared military personnel and officials working in Pakistani diplomatic missions in India as persona non grata. This diplomatic term essentially means these individuals are not welcome in the country. The government has given them a week's notice to leave the country, showing its firm stance against any form of support to terrorism. These actions taken by India are not just symbolic, but they also carry significant strategic weight. The suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty is affecting Pakistan's agriculture sector, which heavily relies on the Indus River system. The closure of the Attari border could disrupt trade and people-to-people contact, and the expulsion of Pakistani officials further isolates Pakistan diplomatically. These measures reflect India's commitment to protect its citizens and its sovereignty. They demonstrate the nation's unwillingness to tolerate any form of terrorism, particularly cross-border terrorism. By taking these actions, India is sending a clear message to Pakistan and to the world at large that it will not stand by while its people are under threat. In the wake of the attack, controversy has erupted, and a massive manhunt has been launched. A video has surfaced, showing a man entering the Pakistan High Commission in Delhi with a cake box. The man's refusal to explain the occasion has raised eyebrows and sparked speculation about his affiliation with the commission. This incident has stirred up the public, with media and netizens alike questioning the motives behind the visit. Meanwhile, India is on high alert. In response to the Pahalgam attack, a large-scale manhunt has been initiated across Jammu and Kashmir. Roughly 1,500 individuals have been detained in an attempt to find those responsible for this act of terror. The government's response has been swift and decisive, reflecting the gravity of the situation. The Cabinet Committee on Security, chaired by Prime Minister Modi, has taken stern decisions against Pakistan on Indus Treaty, diplomatic relations, and more that were talked earlier in the video. This display of resolve showcases India's determination to not bow down to acts of terror. In an unprecedented move, the official X account of the Pakistani government in India has been suspended. This level of support, officials say, has been received for the first time in 35 years in the Kashmir Valley. The government is leaving no stone unturned in its pursuit of justice, and the manhunt continues. Compensation has been announced for the victims' families and those injured in the attack. The government has vowed to bring the attackers to justice, with Home Minister Amit Shah stating, "The attackers will not be spared. India will never bow to terrorism. The pursuit of justice is relentless and will not rest until the perpetrators are brought to justice." As smoke still lingers over the valley of Pahalgam, India points a resolute finger. Accusations blaze, but across the border, Pakistan denies. No fingerprints, no fault. They condemn the carnage, yet demand an impartial lens. Then retaliation. India suspends a treaty written in water. Pakistan calls it an act of war. Flights grounded, agreements shattered. The Simla Accord, now dust in history's wind. Diplomacy teeters on the edge, and the world holds its breath. The attack has had far-reaching consequences, not just for India, but for the world. The tranquility of Kashmir, a once bustling hub for tourists, has been tainted by the chilling echoes of gunfire. Tourist spots previously filled with laughter and excitement now stand as grim reminders of the horror that unfolded. The impact on tourism is palpable, with a noticeable decline in visitor numbers. Meanwhile, in the western state of Gujarat, a cloud of grief hangs heavy. Families mourn the loss of their loved ones, victims of the ruthless attack. Yadishbhai Parmar, the salon owner, and his son Smit, their absence leaves a void that can never be filled. Shailesh Himatbhai Kalthia, the State Bank of India officer from Surat, his service to the community will always be remembered. But in the midst of this despair, there is a silver lining. The international community has rallied around India, condemning the attack and offering support. From the President of Sri Lanka expressing solidarity to international leaders and organizations advocating for peace and restraint, the world is united in its stand against terrorism. Back home, the Indian government has stepped up to support the families affected by the attack. They have announced a compensation package acknowledging the irreplaceable loss suffered by these families. 10 lakh rupees for the families of the deceased, 2 lakh rupees for the seriously injured, and 1 lakh rupees for those with minor injuries. The Home Minister, Amit Shah, has assured the nation that justice will be served. His words resonate with the collective sentiment of the country. In the face of such tragedy, the world stands with India, united against terrorism. In a nutshell, write the words that personally attacked your mind while listening to Pahalgam attack of India.